A pod of dolphins moves through shallow water. Sunlight cuts through the surface. It looks peaceful. It isn't. Inside that pod, something is spreading. Something silent. Something sexual. In 2015, marine biologists were photographing bottlenose dolphins off the coast of Australia. Routine work. Catalogue the fins. Track the pod. Log the data. Then someone noticed the growths. Small, pale, clustered on the genitals. At first they assumed disease from pollution, chemical runoff, human contamination. They were wrong. This wasn't something we did to them. This was something they were doing to each other. The growths were genital warts, caused by papillomavirus, a viral family you already know, because humans get it too. But here is where it gets strange. Dolphins don't just mate for reproduction. They mate constantly, for bonding, for social rank, for reasons scientists don't fully understand. Multiple partners, multiple times a day, across an entire pod, which means when a virus like this enters the population, it doesn't spread slowly, it spreads like fire through dry grass. Researchers began surveying more pods, not just of Australia, of Florida, of California, and the Mediterranean. The pattern held. In some populations, over 60% of dolphins examined the signs of infection. 60%. Not from a rare outbreak, from something already baked into how they live. And papillomavirus wasn't the only thing they found. Alongside the warts, scientists found something else. A herpes virus. Genital lesions, ulcers, the same viral family, responsible for herpes in humans, but evolved separately inside a completely different lineage for millions of years. Two unrelated sexually transmitted infections in the same species, circulating at the same time. And dolphins don't have hands to check themselves. No doctors, no treatment, no warning signs they can act on. They just keep mating, keep spreading it, keep passing it forward, pod to pod, generation to generation. Here's the part that unsettles researchers the most. Dolphins are apex predators. Intelligent, social, adaptive. If a species like this can carry a hidden STD epidemic for decades without us noticing, what else is out there, spreading quietly in animal populations we barely study? The ocean hides its sick. A dolphin doesn't quarantine itself. It doesn't skip mating season because it's unwell. The disease and the behavior are locked together, inseparable. And scientists believe this has been happening for a very long time, possibly centuries. We only started looking. So the question becomes, is this epidemic growing? Some researchers think warming oceans are a factor. Stress weakens immune systems. Weakened immune systems let viruses take hold faster. Climate change doesn't just melt ice and bleach coral. It may be quietly fueling the spread of disease through the same social behaviors that once helped dolphins survive. The thing that binds a pod together might be the same thing that's slowly infecting it. Here's where it gets bigger than one species. Genital papillomavirus lesions have also been documented in whales. Sea lions carry their own sexually transmitted infections. Even koalas, thousands of miles from any ocean, are fighting chlamydia epidemic, so severe it's pushing some populations toward local extinction. This isn't a dolphin problem, it's a pattern. Across the animal kingdom, sex and disease have always been tangled together. We just never pointed a camera towards it. Now the uncomfortable question, could any of this cross over to humans? Marine biologists are clear on one point. These specific viruses are host specific. They evolved inside dolphins for dolphins. They are not infecting humans, and there's no evidence they can. But scientists study them anyway, closely, because papillomavirus and herpes virus are old, ancient even. They've been co-evolving with mammals since before humans existed. Every time researchers find a new animal strain, they learn something new, and how these viral families adapt, mutate, and jump between hosts under the right conditions. Dolphins aren't a threat to us. They're a warning label. Picture that same pod back. Moving through blue water, sunlight breaking on their backs. to a tourist on a boat. It's beautiful, a postcard moment, but inside that pod, an infection older than written history is still circulating, silent, untreated, permanent. No vet is coming, no cure is arrived. This is simply what it means to be a dolphin. A life built on closeness, and closeness is exactly what lets the virus travel. Here's what researchers keep coming back to. Disease isn't always loud, doesn't always look like death. Sometimes it just moves quietly through a population for hundreds of years, hiding in plain sight, until someone finally decides to look closely enough to see it. Dolphins taught us that, so did koalas. So will the next species we finally get around to studying? The ocean keeps its secrets well, but every so often, one surfaces. And the truth is simple. Intimacy has a cost. In every species, including our own. The difference is we get to do something about it. They don't.